Okay, so now we're looking at our arrays examples. We're going to go through the common collections method and take a look at how to use some of these things. Okay, so the first thing I do is I instantiate a map and I call it states. And I define state 1 equals this object, state 2 equals this object, state 3 equals this. Basically, I'm establishing a set of references to these objects. Now I have the states array, and I set this object with this key. So these are references, and I'm using them as keys to these objects in my array. I log the array. So let's take a look at, okay, so first, I guess what I should have done, and let me see if I'm doing it. Yes, I want to go and uncomment this one and comment this one, and I want to run the common collections method. So when I do that, I should see enter common collections, and I should see I'm going to log the states array, states map. I'm going to log getting the state 1 key value from the states map, getting the key value state 2 from the states map, etc. Then I look at the size of the states map. So let's go take a look to see what's getting rendered. And let's see what happens here. Okay, so let's go up here, and we see I get the state objects from each one of these things, and I look at the state size, and it's C3. And then what I do is I delete state 2. So it's going to delete the value of the key state 2. When I do that, I look at the state size. And then I get the individual value. I get the value of state 2 again. Okay, so let's see what happens in that scenario. Okay, size is 3. I deleted that state 2 element in that state 2 keyed value. And now my state size is 2. And when I get state 2, it's undefined. Then what I do is I do an operation on the states and I basically say, does it have a state 3 key? And it does. And then I say, does it have a state 2 key? And it doesn't. So let's go take a look at that code. Has state 3, has state 2. Well, I just deleted state 2, so it's not going to have state 2. So this wound up being false. And now I'm going to do something else here just to show you. I can go get the keys from the map keys. I can iterate through the keys and show you the values. Look at the size. And then I could set the state 2 value. So let's go take a look and see how that's being logged. Okay, so I went and I got the keys. And this is the key. This is what the keys are. It shows me the value, the fact that you're not done with the iteration, value, you're not done with the iteration, and then when you go to get map keys next, it shows you that you're done. You're already done. We set this, we log the size, it's 2, and then we set state 2 equal the name Massachusetts, so we set its value again, and then we log the state's size, and it's 3 now. And you can go and iterate create the values of the states and basically look at all the values. So basically what I'm talking is I went here and I created, I looked at the map, and I got the values, and I have a map iterator, and I can iterate through each one of the values. After I do that and I log them, I basically clear the map, and the size is now 0. Here I clear the map, I look at the size, it's 0. Okay, now I go through in another map. What do? I create a set this time. Just to show you examples of set. I create a set, it's iPad, iPad Pro, iPhone. I look at the set has item. That's going to return true because iPad is in the set. And I do an assertion, I say the size is 3, which is true, so I don't get an error with that. And then I look at the device size, I log it to show you that it's actually 3. And then what I do is I add another iPad to the set. It doesn't change the size, so the size is still 3. I add an Android to the set, and the size is now 4. So let's see that the size is 4. I created the device. There's an iPad in the device set. The size is 3. I add iPad, I add Android. The size is only 4. The iPad was a duplicate. Okay, so now let's look at what else I do here. Okay, yeah, so I do this. Let's see, do I want to show you the accessory set? Okay, so then I did accessory 1 is an iPad cover, iPad charger. Accessory 2 is an Android glass protector, Android charger, Android case, and iPad charger. And I take these two sets and I create a new set called the accessory set. I use the spread operator, and I take and I spread these elements into the set. I use the spread operator again on accessory 2. I spread all these elements into the set, and then I look at the size. And the accessory set size winds up being 5. So why is it 5? Because I added the iPad cover, iPad charger. iPad charger was duplicate here. So when I add that to the set, while this is already in there, then basically it doesn't register again. So basically you have 5 elements. These 2 and these 3. And here's something I commented out because it didn't work, but you should be able to create a set and filter one set away from the other set. So what I was trying to do is say I want this set, all the elements in this set minus any elements that might be in this set. And I kept getting these errors, which I'm not going to worry about. But basically I created a new set, and I took one of the sets and filtered it. And for each element in that set, I was basically saying, give me the elements that are not in the previous set. But I couldn't get it to transpile. Okay, so anyway, that's all I really wanted to cover right now. Feel free to use map sets, operators, and all types of different object properties within arrays.